All right, this is it. My name's Jeff K, and you're listening to episode 306 of the world-famous West Virginia Surf Report podcast. And we're back, broadcasting once again from deep underneath a nondescript home in suburban Pennsylvania. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks for listening. Thanks for downloading. Thanks for streaming. Ever how you go about it. I appreciate it. Today, as I record this, it's Tuesday morning. I'm home alone. Ultra rare, although the younger boy is only at the gym, so he could be back any moment. But the older boy, he's going to go. He's going to school. He's entered into a new school. So today's orientation. We'll see how it goes. And Tony went back to work. She was off for 4 months after losing her job. She went through a whole process. It was an emotional roller coaster where she applied for a whole bunch. She lost her job. She applied for a whole bunch of jobs and heard nothing for weeks. And we were like, oh my God, especially her. I mean, she's a worrier. I'm never going to work again. Nobody's going to hire me. I said, give it time, man. I work for a giant corporation. The wheels of progress, I mean, they are slow. I mean, you're not going to get anybody to immediately jump on. So anyway, and then I think we went to Myrtle Beach during that period, and she started getting calls when we were in Myrtle Beach. And then after that, she got many interviews, most over the phone, some in person, and then she got multiple offers for positions, you know. So it was a whole process of going through, we're like, oh God, this is not going to, first of all, like, oh shit, I lost my job. That's number one. And then, I'm never going to work again. Nobody's calling me, and all this stuff. I'm just, like she's stressed out beyond belief. And then we applied for, she applied for unemployment. It took 7 weeks, 7 weeks before she saw $1 from that, because it's a giant bloated bureaucracy with redundancy upon redundancy, just people working there that don't need to be there, you know what I'm saying? And it's just it took 7. What if you didn't? What if you had no income? What if she was like a single mother or something, and she had no income? 7 weeks. But anyway, so she finally went back to work yesterday, and she's doing training for 2 weeks. And she goes, it's all the way down in Wilkes-Barre. I said, yeah. She goes, I don't like driving all the way down there. It's terrible. It's too far. I said, yeah, try doing that for 16 years, and we can discuss it. I drive past Wilkes-Barre. I drive 36 miles, I think. I think it's 36 miles from our house to my job. So, anyway. So, right now, I'm by myself. It's quiet. I got a good sleep. All right, I know I'm probably beating a dead horse here, but I got this Fitbit for Christmas, and I'm obsessed with it. It does this sleep analysis, and I'm obsessed with it. And I basically I'm like, I'm trying to get the highest score. It offers you up a score on a daily basis. This is, they grade your sleep from the night before. Yesterday I got up. And I was like, I don't feel like I got a good sleep. I'm tired. Like when you get out of bed and you're tired, it's not a good sign. So I open up the app. You have to give it like 10 minutes for it to calculate all that stuff. You get downstairs, pour yourself a cup of coffee, get settled into your waking up chair. And then you open up the app, and it's scored a 67. Yesterday was a 67. It's the lowest score I've ever had. Almost all of my scores are in the 70s. I'm not a good sleeper. I'm a disaster. I mean, I am worried about it. I think I'm going to have a sleep study. And so yesterday was the worst of them all, 67. I mean, if that were, that would be a D, right? If you were in school, 67 would be a D. That's not good. That's not a good sleep. That's not a good score. It's not a good grade. So, and then yesterday, or last night, I woke up and I'm like, I think I slept good. I think I'm gonna get a good score today. I'm like, competing against myself. It's like golf almost. It's like, it's my version of golf. Except you're not trying to get the lowest score. You're trying to get the highest. And so I do the whole ritual. I open it up, and it has no sleep score. I'm like, damn it. Like sometimes it doesn't give you a score. I mean, well, that's actually only happened one time. But sometimes I open it up, and it's like it's not finished calculating, So then I closed it and, checked out some stuff. And I opened it up again, and 84. The highest. That is the highest I've ever had. And the thing gives you, oh my God, it has all these graphs. It has all this information. I don't know how it does all this calculating. It feels mildly intrusive, but you're the one strapping the thing on your wrist. It's not like one of those what do you call those things? Those Amazon, those devices people sit around the house. Anyway, it gives you all these graphs about your breathing, your heartbeat, your snoring, your tossing and turning, all this stuff. So I look at that stuff, and last night was a thing of beauty. It was a thing of beauty because I'm awake all the time. It breaks it down into 4 categories. You're sleeping, and REM sleep and deep sleep are supposed to be 25% each. 25% each. And mine's like, sometimes like that REM sleep is like, I don't know, 11, and the other one's like 9, it's like not even close. And also I'm awake a lot. It shows that I wake up like multiple times throughout the night. Sometimes there's spikes in my heartbeat. Like, this doesn't look good at all. It's like they'll give you a graph. It'll show your heartbeat, and there'll be these wild spikes. Like, what the hell's going on? What is happening? Is this like some kind of nightmare or something? Why did my heartbeat spike up like that? I don't know. It looks terrible. It looks terrible on paper. It looks terrible in person. It looks terrible. And I'll wake up and all the covers are ripped and spindled and mutilated, So anyway, I'm kind of obsessed with this. This is like, I don't even use it for anything. This Fitbit. I barely even look at the number of steps or any of that shit. All I care about is the sleep analysis. I'm like completely fixated on it, and I'm kind of obsessed with it. And I go back and I look at the charts and everything, and I feel pretty good. 84, that's by far the highest. It's in the good category. First time I've ever been in the good category. I'm always in the fair category. Including yesterday when I was down in the 60s for the first time. I'm always in the 70s. I told Tony, I said, well, I'm kind of a C student kind of guy, so my sleep's in that category too, I don't know. Do you have one of these things? Are you obsessed with the sleep part of it, or is that something that you just get obsessed with at the beginning and then you move on? I can't see myself moving on. I have a feeling I'm going to be looking at this shit forever. In fact, I might have to call the doctor and set up one of those sleep studies and maybe get something. I don't know. I feel concerned about it. I feel all those spikes and stuff. What the hell's going on? Why would your heartbeat just spike at random spots throughout the night? What the hell's happening? What is going on anyway? So that's what's happening so far. I do have a complaint about Amazon. I don't know what the hell's happening. Again, I don't know. I don't understand what's going on with these heartbeat spikes, these jagged snoring charts that I produce with high valleys, or high peaks and deep valleys. I don't understand any of that, and I also don't understand how for years we had a contract with Amazon. You pay us this yearly Prime, whatever it costs, and you'll get specific benefits. And one of the main ones that everybody loves is 2-day free shipping, right? Well, it's still free. What happened to that 2-day? Where is that? Is that just gone? I mean, it's like, yeah, we're not doing that anymore. All right, that's fine. Nobody says a word about it. I don't know. It seems like every time I order something from Amazon, it takes... I mean, I ordered a DVD for a movie that Ian from Scotland suggested that I watch called Yesterday. It's about some guy that wakes up and the Beatles never existed, yet he remembers all the Beatles songs. You know what I'm saying? And I love, I'm a big Beatles fanatic, and it sounds like something I'd enjoy. So I ordered a DVD copy of it, and it doesn't say it's out of stock. It doesn't say anything about it's out of stock. It just says this item will deliver a month from today or something, or almost a month from today. I'm like, what the hell's that? It finally shipped. It's by the time it gets here, it's literally going to be a month. A month. If it said out of stock, I'd say, well, it's out of stock. I mean, what are you going to do? You can't ship it if you ain't got it. I've been in distribution for a long time. That's one of the cliches of distribution. Hey, you can't ship it if you ain't got it. Anyway, I understand that, but there was no indication it was out of stock. And then I've ordered some stuff that's not, these small little things. I can't remember what I've ordered multiple things. I did order a mouse for my desktop down here in the bunker, because the thing was starting to do some kind of skittery thing. You know what I'm saying? Like if you drag something, if you're like dragging something to a folder, it like kind of glitches out on you. It's like some kind of skittery. I don't know what that means, but it's like, and then you end up putting it in the wrong folder. You can't find it. Like, what the hell's going on with this thing? And I looked it up, and I bought it in like late 2021, August of 2021 is when I ordered that thing, the previous mouse. So that thing doesn't work. I don't know what the hell. So I ordered another one, and it felt like as soon as I hit the order button, somebody was dropping it on my front porch. It was so fast. I mean, I think it was literally the next day I got it. But then you order something else, like I ordered a new wallet. It's like, this will be delivered in 10 days. Like, what happened to this 2-day thing? Is that just, we're just like, all right, that's the hell with that. Well, they're just not doing it anymore. Everybody bitches about everything. I don't hear too many people bitching about that. I'm bitching about it. It irritates me. We have a contract. We have an agreement. 2-day free shipping. I mean, you guys got to crank up these sweatshops. What the hell's going on? You need to fire this thing up. I know that you can't hire anybody, although I saw where you guys hired off. I'm talking about Amazon. I'm addressing Amazon, where you guys laid off like 18,000 people the other day. I'm not sure that's a good idea. Because, I'm not getting my DVDs in a timely manner. I'm not getting my new wallet. You guys did a great job with the mouse. But crank up your sweatshops. Let's get them moving. Come on, let's get to it. Let's see. It's winter. It's cold. We're watching a lot of TV. This is what you do. It's what you do in the winter, because it gets dark at like 4:30 in the afternoon. And then it's cold. You don't want to go out. You go out in the daytime a little bit, on the weekends and stuff. And there's like nothing. It's like cold. We don't watch sports. I watch baseball, but there's no baseball right now. There's a baseball-sized hole in my heart. It's coming around, though. Spring training's coming around in I don't remember, something like 40-some days. I think it's in the 40s. I have an app on my phone. I think it's like less than 50 days. Spring training will be cranked up again. But anyway, there's no sports. We're watching a lot of TV. And I thought I'd give you a little rundown. Dead to Me, we finished that. You seen that? It's pretty good. Christina Applegate and that woman from, when I saw her, I was like, who is that? I think I know her. She was from Freaks and Geeks, except she was a teenager in that show. And now she's, in her 40s or whatever. That was pretty good, although it was kind of, The last season was a little melancholy, but we enjoyed the shit out of that. That was a fun show to watch. Dead to Me. I recommend it if you're looking for something. And then we started watching this. We watched this show called Selling the Hamptons. Now that turned out to be an eye opener, right? It's about. It's like one of those. It's sort of like one of those real estate shows, like the Property Brothers and that kind of stuff, except it kind of follows them specifically through the process of trying to sell houses in the Hamptons. So you get to know these real estate agents. There's like, I don't know, it's a group of them. It's a small group of them. They all work for the same company. And you get an insight into the backstabbing, the maneuvering, the positioning, the battling for these listings and for all this stuff. And you get to know they all have, they have personalities, and, it takes a while, but you start to get into it, and that thing's crazy. Those houses that they sell up there, like, they're all like multi-million-dollar homes. Unbelievable. I mean, they show these things, I'm like, good Lord. It's got this one that's like this TV, this giant TV just rises out of the floor of the living room. Just push a button, this hydraulic lift takes this gigantic TV out of the middle of it's got multiple swimming pools and like tennis courts, basketball courts. One of them had a baseball field. What the? And it's like, this is approximately 15,000 square feet overlooking the ocean. And I mean, these things are like for billionaires. And these people are like backstabbing each other, and they're like, but they all work in the same office, and they have to coexist, and there's all kinds of maneuvering going on. Fascinating. Love it. It was really good. I enjoyed the shit out of that show. But it was only on for one season so far. I think they're doing a second season. And then we're like, wonder if there's something similar to that. So there's all these different ones. There's like Selling Tampa. I don't know, it's weird. You go from the Hamptons to Tampa. We didn't watch that. But there's one called Selling Sunset. There's multiple ones, I guess. This Selling Sunset, I guess, was on for 5 seasons. I don't know if it's still on. I don't know. We don't know much about it. But it is similar, very similar to the Hamptons, except it's way more soap opera-ish. It's more of a soap opera. And I don't know about that. I don't know about that. There are these people on there. It's like all about. There is a little bit of selling the houses, but it's a lot of bickering back and forth. Every time they go to a party, like every time they go to, they all. I mean, these people are high up. They're wearing like these high heel shoes. It's a bunch of women, real estate agents, and a couple of these little weird 5'4" twin brothers that own like one of them owns the brokerage or the real estate agency, and his twin brother works there too, and they're real short and they're bald. They look like something that just walked off some kind of flying saucer, And then they have all these like beautiful women. They look like they're all models or something. I don't know. I don't think you can be ugly and work there. If you walk up and apply for a job there, and you look like you just came from some kind of a Florida Georgia Line concert with a giant T-shirt on or something, you're not gonna keep walking, Tubby. So anyway, so they all look like models. They're all dressed like super expensive. These high heels that are so ridiculous. Never seen such a thing, and they sell these multi-million-dollar homes, right? And these two aliens running the show, and there's like all this stuff about. She said this about my boyfriend, and she's it's like literally like junior high school. It's maddening. And they have these parties. They go to parties all the time, right? And every time they go to a party, somebody confronts somebody about something, and it escalates into this big shouting. It's like, I'm like, this is not the same. That Selling the Hamptons was basically about the business side of things. And, you knew the personalities of the people involved, which made it interesting. You liked some of them, you didn't like some of them. But it was about business. This is about relationships. And it sounds like a bunch of junior high girls, or maybe like 12-year-old girls. I'm not kidding. And it's like, I heard, I don't know if I should say anything about this, but the other night she made some comment about you and your relationship, Oh my God, it's maddening. And then I'm like, why are we watching this? What the hell? And I think there's 5 seasons of it, and they don't even really, I don't know. Every once in a while they'll try to sell a house or something, but it's mostly just a bunch of women bickering about, I don't know, about their relationships, basically. I'm like, I don't know, this is not, and we're already into like season 3, we're like powering through it. I don't know why we watch stuff like this. It's the winter, there's nothing on. Also, I started watching Perry Mason again. I'm trying to go, I want to watch every episode, and I've been doing this for years. I can't do it. I mean, I do it for like months, and then I take a break. And I got into this patch, I think I'm in season 6 or something. I got into this patch of episodes where Perry is not even in the show, or he's barely in the show. There's like telephone conversations with him from a hospital bed. There's no explanation why he's in the hospital. But then they have these guest stars that are basically stepping in for him, And I'm like, what the hell happened here? I read about it, and I guess he said he had some kind of a medical emergency. Doesn't say what it was. That's weird. One of them's Betty Davis. It's like these big stars stepping in, and they kind of like are dragged into. I saw the first 2. The first one was Betty Davis, and she was like, anyway. I don't want to get into that, but I'm watching those again. That's a good show. The thing about that is the most of them are on this Freevee TV. It used to be called IMDb TV, and they changed the name to Freevee TV. I think it's owned by Amazon. It's one of those free networks that you can get streaming, like Pluto TV and all those, Tubi and all that stuff. There's a bunch of free ones, Crackle. But anyway, this is Amazon's version of it. And they have, I'd say, 90% of the episodes. But every once in a while you'll notice there's one missing. It'll go from episode 12 to episode 14. I'm like, what the hell happened to 13? It's like a building with no 13th floor. What the hell's going on? And then you look it up, and the only way you can do it is you have to subscribe to, if you want to see the missing episodes, they're on some other thing that you have to pay for. Anyway, I'm watching those. That's why I just thought I'd bring you up to date on that stuff. I don't know. On that Selling Sunset, there's this guy on there I can't stand. They say he's French, and he's the boyfriend of one of the women, and I don't know what the hell's going on with him. He seems like some kind of Slovak, I don't know what the hell. They say he's French. He talks like a caveman. I don't know if there's some kind of problem. I don't know if there's some kind of like mongoloidism going on. I don't know. He's got one of those unibrows, and he's like a caveman. And they say he's a Frenchman. I never heard a Frenchman sound like that in my life. It sounds like maybe more like a Russian or like some kind of Eastern European. And he grunts, and I don't know. I'm like, and he's an asshole, Like, who is this woman? This woman's like 40 or something, and she's gonna marry this guy. He's like 25. He's an asshole, He's like, I do not care. Fuck you, Says stuff like this. Like he says fuck you to her, I'm like, what the? Hang on a second. Time out, And he's got this unibrow, and he's got some kind of Slovak vibe going. I don't know. Anyway, I know they're manipulating us with these people that you're supposed to hate. They do that crap on those cooking shows that we watch, like that Master Chef. They always put people in there that everybody hates them, and they never get kicked off. Because it's good for ratings. It's good for conflict. Good, it makes good TV. Have these people on there, that like universally hated. That's what they do. I know I'm being manipulated, but I can't stand that guy. He French my ass. It doesn't sound like any French person ever. It doesn't sound like a French accent. Anyway, you ever watch that Selling Sunset? It's a soap opera. It's one step down from those Real Housewives. When it gets right down to it, I feel a little ashamed that I'm watching it. But we really like that Hamptons. One, I thought this was going to be the same thing. That's like the same title. Anyway. All right. I do have a couple phone calls. I have 3, as a matter of fact. And before we get to that, I do want to bring something back. And this is an oldie but a goodie, an old something I used to do back in the old days. And here it is.
Jeff K's Whistle Dick of the Week.
All right, my son, the older boy, he was telling me about something at his job, and I'm familiar with this concept. He said there's this person that they just hired, and they came in, this brand new, doesn't know anybody, and immediately starts busting balls, and he's like one of the gang, He's in there like joking around, offering his opinions and stuff. I can't stand that. There has to be a ramping up. When there's a new person in the workforce, there is a ramping up. You have to earn your spot. You can't just immediately come in and just be part of the gang. You can't. You're not instantly part of the gang. You have to earn your spot in the quote gang. You can't just come in and start busting people's balls on day one because it's premature. It's not earned. It's not earned. And he's telling me about that, how annoying it is. I said, I know that. I've experienced that in my life, and multiple times, and I don't like that. And they come in. And they're offering, they're telling people how it's going to be, and they're joking around. It's not. It's premature. You premature. You too early ball busters. You premature. One of the gang people. You are the undisputed Whistle Dick of the Week. All right. I think I need to tune that up a little bit. I used to be able to crank those off pretty well. I felt like I was a little clumsy. Anyway, we have 3 phone calls from 2 folks. The first one is from our old friend Eugene. Here it is.
Hey, Jeff, it's Eugene from the Wheeler's Dog Podcast. Again, thank you for having me on episode 300. I really appreciated it. And, it was a big thrill. It was nice to chat with Zip, too, which is pretty cool. Let's see. I need to update you on some jeans. You're talking how you're not supposed to wash jeans. I still have a pair of Levi's that I've not washed since 2017, when I lost a job at WSJS. But I did have to wash a pair of jeans that I've had for, 3 years. I haven't washed them in 2. I had to wash the other day. Sometimes I have to deal with tires in my part-time job, and I got a smudge. I didn't want to walk around looking like a bum all the time with a smudge right there just above the knee. So I washed them. And I got to say, all the little wrinkles and everything that I built in where I started learning my body, they all just kind of washed out. Yeah, it's not cool. But just to update you, I still have a pair from 2017 going unwashed. And like I said, after I get done wearing them, I just hang them up and let the air take out whatever odors might be in them. And I've never really had a problem, even with sweating. Yeah. So that lady from Levi Strauss was right.
I don't know, man. I mean, I know everybody tells me, and every time I wrote about this on the website, I believe, and I mentioned it on the podcast a couple times. I don't know about the thought of never washing your jeans, it seems kind of gross to me. But I know everybody tells me that I'm the one that's wrong, and you're not supposed to wash your denim, and that's why I have these massive blowouts all the time, because I wash my jeans every weekend, and then the denim gets brittle, and then my ass just explodes, just lays it to waste. I mean, there's like a massive catastrophic blowout, and there's like a section of denim that's just missing. It's just gone. You can't even put it back together. There's like parts of it missing. Like, where did that missing panel go? You know what I mean? So I don't know. I mean, I understand how that would be a benefit. It feels disgusting. I mean, you get sweaty. I mean, there's there's some, stuff that passes through there. You know what I mean? It's like a filter, It's like filter. It's like a fart catcher. Those dream catchers that fake hippies and people that wear a lot of turquoise have, those dream catchers. Those potheads. Sometimes they have like the feathered roach clips and maybe like a dream catcher. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about. Well, I feel like these things are like fart catchers. And I don't know. I just don't want to put on a pair of jeans and have the memory, of caught farts from days before. You know what I'm saying? But you say you can hang them up and they air out and everything. Okay, all right. I need to try it out because I don't like blowing out my pants, especially when I'm at work. I've done that several times. It's been a long time because I've adjusted the way I take care of my jeans. But I have blown out jeans on more than one occasion at work. One time I was going to go just drive over to Target and buy a new pair of jeans and swap them out, in the men's room. Sometimes a couple times I've had to drive all the way home and change. Tony's like, "Oh my God, you need to take a look in the mirror. What is going on? You can't live like this. You're like blowing out pants, So anyway, I don't know if I can. You said you haven't washed a specific pair of jeans since 2017. I don't know if I can go that far. And I don't know about the wrinkles that learns the contours. I don't know. Nothing needs to learn the contours of my body, But anyway, I'm going to give it a try, all right? But I'm not going to go to that extent. Would you guys allow me to wash my jeans like every 2 weeks instead of one every week? Will that be allowed? Could you guys allow me to do that? And then maybe I'll edge into it and start extending it. Don't they get gigantic and baggy? I feel like I'd be wearing hammer pants, in short order, and the waist would be like 52 inches. They would just keep getting larger and larger, especially in the summertime when it's like real humid and stuff. Ugh. All right, well, I believe you because you're not the only one, but I find it mildly disturbing. But I appreciate you calling, Eugene, and I was happy that you were on the episode 2, the episode 300. We had a good time on that. So yeah, thanks for calling, Eugene. This next call, the next 2 calls actually are from our old friend Ian in Scotland. I don't know. Feels like I haven't put a podcast up for a while. I don't know. I'm behind as usual. Starting out a new year, just like I ended the old one. But here's the first one. This is the first call from Ian right here.
Hey, Jeff. It's Ian in Scotland. Happy Christmas. It's Boxing Day. As I call you here. Don't know if you call the day after Christmas Boxing Day. We do, for some reason. I have no idea why, but that's what it's called, Boxing Day. Beautiful day here. I was re-listening to a couple of episodes there. The episode 300 with Eugene and Zip, and how they couldn't understand my accent. Slightly frustrating. Just maybe I would suggest they listen to other accents. I find it frustrating. My sister, who's across in Virginia, she's needing therapy with it, I think. Day to day. I mean, her accent's not as strong as mine. She's been in Canada for 10 years, so it's softened off a lot. Softened off. That's been hammered down smooth. So she's in Virginia, and she still gets the Labrador head at least twice a day. She says she's just going to the store and asks for something like milk, and then the head goes to the side like a Labrador. And she's got to like try and change. Is it milk, or modify her accent ever so slightly so they can understand it. Hilarious and frustrating, but hilarious as well. A little sad maybe on the side, but we find that shit hilarious, how other countries can't understand our accent. And we don't have strong accents. Like you said, he's not even the worst, which was nice to hear. Anyway, mate, so just driving back through Fife, back home. It's a lovely day here. I'm going to wish you all the best for 2023. Listen, enjoy yourself. It's later than you think. Okay, bye!
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying about the accents. I get it, too, a little bit. I don't get it as much as you do, probably, because your accent... Scottish accent, like has been discussed before. I think Americans, or I don't know if it's just Americans, but I think Americans for some reason have a difficult time with it. For whatever reason, I don't know why, and I can see why it would be annoying. I get comments about my accent too. I don't even think it's that bad, but I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, we were sitting in me and Steve, who are from. Raised 50 yards from each other in Dunbar, West Virginia. We were sitting up here in a Five Guys one time, sitting there talking, eating lunch, and some woman come over and she goes, "Excuse me, are you two from Alabama?" I'm like, what the? Step away from my table. Step away from my bushel basket of fries, sister. Who you saying I'm from Alabammy? She goes, "I just heard your accents, and my daughter's going to school down there in Alabama. You sound just like those people that, those hillbillies, those hicks down there. I mean, you sound just like those hicks. And when we go down to Alabama, that might not, that's a paraphrase. But, I get comments about it's very annoying. But I understand I understand what you're saying. It's kind of frustrating. Boxing Day, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what the hell that is. I mean, I know what it is, but Americans don't really talk about it, other than being trying to act like they're international or something. Happy Boxing Day, like nobody knows what that is. Do you? You said you don't know what it is either. What the hell's what does it mean? I mean, I know it's the day after Christmas. What's the origin of it? I don't know what it is. But no, we don't really do that here. There's a few hipsters that bring it up. And I really enjoyed the little Terry Hall, enjoy yourself, it's later than you think. Appreciate that. That's a little insider. A little insider, I don't know if it's a joke, but I enjoyed that. Terry Hall, in case you guys don't know, was the lead singer of the Specials, great band from the 80s, died recently, right around Christmas time, I think. And one of their songs was Enjoy Yourself, It's Later Than You Think. And there you go. I mean, he was only like 62, and he died of pancreatic cancer. How's that for, liven things up here? I appreciate that, Eugene. I appreciate that, Ian. I'm getting my colors mixed up. I got your little reference. Appreciate that. And here's another call from Ian from the very next day, right here.
Hey Jeff, it's Ian in Scotland again. Driving home through Fife. It's horrific today. Snow, sleet, ice, terrible. Just wanted to ask you if it's the same across in the States. When did mudguards become optional extras on vehicles. Mudguards, the flaps behind wheels, which stop spray, ruining the vision of the car behind the vehicle. When did they become optional extras? Number 2, I've got a top tip for you. I am wearing, as I drive, these yellow sunglasses, yellow driving glasses, I suppose. You can pick them up for a couple of bucks. They are lifesavers, man. Get yourself a pair of these. They will change and hopefully save your life. Okay, mate. Take it easy. Keep up the work. Bye.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't really noticed the mud flaps. That's what we call them, mud flaps. But I want to take a look at them. I know there's, when you're driving down Interstate 81, the Devil's Parkway, and it's like slushy and muddy and, well, slushy, I guess, and icy and shit. Those trucks, throw up all kinds of mess all over your windshield. So maybe they don't have mud flaps anymore. I need to check that out. I don't know. They used to have them, and they had like a naked lady on them, and they had like designs on them. Sometimes they would have like some kind of saying on them. There's always like a silhouette of a naked woman on them, on your mud flaps. What the hell's that? You sexualize your mud flaps, and sometimes they have like political sayings on them or something, or maybe like some kind of a Bible, something from the Bible. People use their mud flaps to convey messages. You're right. I don't remember seeing them. Now, where are those naked ladies in profile? You're right. I'm going to check that out. I haven't really thought about it, and there is a lot of shit flying around up on the interstate. So I don't know. Maybe you're right. I don't know. And I do. I have a bunch of cheap sunglasses in my car. I buy them every once in a while, and I have to. As soon as I get in my car, I put them on, even if it's like raining. It feels sometimes. I don't know if you guys are with me on this. It feels like even if it's cloudy, it's bright. Somehow it's bright. Even if it's like overcast and it's raining, sometimes it feels too bright. It's like a muffled bright. It's like bright light. Bright, Lite. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I'm with you on that. Thanks, Ian, for those 2 phone calls. I appreciate it. I like when you call from the road. I don't know why, but I do. But anyway, I appreciate it, and thanks, Eugene, as well. And I think we're at the end of this thing. I hope you enjoyed it. It feels like it's been a while. I don't know. I need to get on a schedule. So, hope you enjoyed this episode. I know it was a little ranty, a little weird, but I hope you enjoyed it. And if you want to call like these 2 folks did today, you can do it. 570-290-8151 is the number. Give me a call around the clock. If you have any kind of comment, questions, suggestions, what have you. Also, if you want 2 episodes a week instead of a measly 1, you can do that too over at patreon.com. It's Patreon, patreon.com/JeffK. Sign up for a $4 or more monthly donation, and you'll get an extra bonus episode every week. Not every once in a while. That's for suckers. Sign up today. Patreon.com/JeffK. And I only have 1 more week on the $5 scratch-off project. I'm deeply in the hole. I mean, I don't know. It's going to take a Hail Mary. Only 1 more week. So on Saturday, I'll go buy 2 $5 scratch-off tickets. Both of them will probably be losers. And that'll be the end of that. I'm not doing it anymore. The hell with that. It's bullshit. It is a sucker's bet. I think I've proved it. I know some people, well, shit, I won $100,000. Yeah, whatever. There was this guy that won $100,000 at my job years ago, and he was like a recovering alcoholic. And he'd been sober for years, right? And but I guess he was really bad, and he lived in New Jersey, and he basically said he used to say, "I'm not allowed in the state of New Jersey." I guess he was like a wild man. So he'd been sober for years, and he played lottery and all that shit. He got a scratch-off ticket, won $100,000 on it, came completely off the rails, started drinking again, and then they ended up finding him dead in his apartment. And the guy was like in his 40s or something. God. See, that's no good. You know, that's the downside of the lottery. And, you know, there might have been a little bit of there are other problems involved in that situation. But anyway, I'm not doing it anymore. It's bullshit. It sucks. It's no good. You know, I'm a big time loser 2 years in a row. Forget it. It's over. So one more week. You can check out the details over at the WBSR.com/scratchoff5. Check it out if you want to. And I don't know, surfreportpod.com is the website, the backup, the support materials, the value added. That's the website for the podcast. Check it out, surfreportpod.com. And I think that's enough. Until next time, which will be over on the Patreon site for patrons only. You guys have yourselves a fine, fine day. I'll see ya. Bye. Step away from my bushel basket of fries, sister.